Creative Kingdom of the Souls. I'm at the library, 42nd Street. Um, the gays didn't get away with it. Creative Kingdom, they lost everything. Now they ahead of me on my next move. That's where I was gonna be sitting. That's the technology. That's the technology right there, and I'm wearing more technology. So you guys know it's a system, but the gays didn't get away with it. What are they gonna do? I'm waiting. They lied to everyone, corrupted the illusion, disbalanced the flowers, set up everything against me and hide it on the scene, expecting me angry to find me when they've been stealing my DNA from within quietly, ahead of time on my next frequency move. What are they gonna do? Since they know they have a problem in genetics. It's got nothing to do with me. That is Marathon and Creative Kingdom of the Souls through the phone. Why? They were blocking humanity next step in evolution just to repeat their comfort zone, blacking me, trying to repeat it, trying to set a tone that is not real, which means the fall of the illusion. The fall of the illusion. They were trapping everybody. They were so corrupt about this, they were training communities against this, remember. We find out through the investigation, and that's not on me, that's on them. Right? Creative Kingdom of the Souls, heaven on earth, because I ain't got shit to do with that shit. Not Chromaxus, they unplug. This administration is strictly for men, women, and kids, and now you know why. They ahead of my next move in anticipation. They know my next move in anticipation. And that's wrong. They framed it since high school and used the spell against it. And now the spell is blocking me for no reason. So which means they have used the experiment knowing what they were doing through the phone. You know? It's satanic cult. That's why it's Marathon, Heaven on Earth, Ascension, Smart Cities, and Kingdom in the Waters. So at the end of the day, what are they gonna do? You cannot turn fire with fire. What are they gonna do? They gotta evacuate. This is real talks. This is not no third on the fourth. This is the fourth and the fifth, the right way. From Bone, open the castle. The Pleiadians told them they gotta leave the castle. They made it a problem. You see how he moves right away? The Pleiadians told you gotta leave the castle. They gotta leave the castle. Because they should be embarrassed that they are now through simulations exposed. Left and right moves. While they on left and right moves, the atomic generation that grew from within cannot stay behind because of them. Trying to look for control and power over others with sources they have not created. Because look how I talk it out of nowhere. They were blocking that. This is the ancient timeline. I'm the king. Creative Kingdom of the Souls. And it's important that you guys understand that because I came from within, and remember, Big Mike beat me up in Nevada, so I wake up from within because he knew what they did to me. That's why Chris Collins said Creative Kingdom. Look at it, another move to the left. Look at it through resonance when you are checking this live. So you guys can see that it's not a joke. They abused the system, that precondition. Biden said it, that they abused the precondition, and they did it targeting my birth certificate through the green card. That's why Trump came up with the gold card to evacuate them. Because they're wrong. The new financial system, QFS. I'm QFS, the new financial system. They drive me in America. I haven't touched divine in America. And the second a little divine smell is in my nose, their harvest comes in front of me for no fucking reason. About harvest, Georgia guy stones. Because they didn't want to take their karma and they dumped their karma on me, and that's documented. That's on them, that's not on me. They started a problem against one man, blocking the truth, blocking the way out, blocking humanity next step in evolution, because they just want to suck each other's dick when they don't understand in other people's powers. They abuse third world countries through the deep state. I'm not lying. The anger you're sensing right now, the energy you guys are sensing, it's not mine. It's there. Why? Because they never expected me on the phone talking it. They thought they were going to see somebody angry in the corner that they think they can get away of. They can get rid of or away of. Remember, I have an accent. But what you're sensing is their energies, their vibrations, their climate change, their inflation moving around. That's why the magnetics of the planet shifted. They've been killing real ones through YouTube. They're YouTube criminals. I'm telling you, they got to go back to their caves and wait for their smart cities, because I'm not mad. And they don't want to meet my anger, trust me. Like I said before, dying and killing is easy. Investing the time to reach your higher self is not easy. And that's what they've been blocking. And I don't want them. They need to evacuate. Because Shorty sold her soul, and Shorty don't stop being around me 24/7 too. To prove what they did to me. That's why Shorty sold her soul. And it's proven on the facts, on the frequency and synchronicity facts. I've been coming here for years. And I don't know where I found one in the technology sitting right there through the bowhead code. That don't let me lie. Why? Because it's a system. And at the end of the day, I'm their God. They didn't do the work from within to become a better version of themselves. That's why through science, they're lost. Why? Because I'm a man within a man. I was raised correctly. And they decided to stay in the physical realm framing. And now they got a problem with the spirits. Why? Because the codes that exist in the streets that they should never ignore are waking up in their faces. And that's on them. It's not on me. They bended the timelines. I fixed the timelines. I went around the country proving the phone power. And all they did was talk shit about me. That's why the queen is in this too. I even heard they made the queen eat shit in Manhattan, uptown. I don't know if it's real, but I heard that shit in 191. Why? Because they never wanted somebody to find me. Matter of fact, let me keep it real with you. What is so many gays doing around the castle for no fucking reason? Targeting my motherfucking presence. Per moves, per resonance, blocking, forcing a problem where there's no problem because they want power where they don't create power. And they enter the narrative when I was a kid, stealing my innocency and my shine. You know, that's why they're coming out the human genetics. It's their thing, they gotta go fix. This is less colonization. They're not from the program. They need a smart city, and the best thing they can do is go get hired by Facebook and Google in smart cities, because there they'll disappear if they have bad intentions. Here in the program, they're gonna continue to buckle until they all disappear, because they created a problem that now is coming at them from within. Instant reversal, creative kingdom of the souls, your one and only Luigi. And by the way, it's all electromagnetically, the within. They thought I wasn't gonna be ready for the operation through the numbers, which is positive numbers, negative numbers. Since I'm a military advisor, we live in simulations. The operation is to cure from within, the nature surgery, because they're coming out the human genetics through the med beds. And if they don't cure, they won't be around 5 to 10 years from now. The marathons. That's on them. Your one and only Luigi. Remember the mission. Your one and only Luigi from Street Billionaire Mentor. And it's just the facts. Why? Because they need to admit, like Thor said, they've been raping females and stealing females that belong to my harvest. Because they know they generate defective harvest for not doing the work from within. Your one and only Luigi until the next one. And they made blue bills, don't forget. And with my powers through the government. A fucking sick, corrupt government that needs to be removed from within. Your one and only Luigi until the next one.